like Wu-Tang Clan and just be like, what's up?
He didn't like that.
Can we be like, hey, comic books? How you doing?
You guys are good here.
We at least look good. So if this goes into shit,
I feel like I didn't even put on makeup, so I was like, girlfriend.
That's what it's blue light.
I mean, I'm representing, but it's like other than that.
You know what I learned? In Australia, they have blue lights in the bathroom so you can't find your veins, so you can't shoot up.
Oh, that's brilliant. And horrible. Like simultaneously brilliant and horrible.
Well, it used to, like in public restrooms, that's what they do. They have blue lights so you can't see your veins.
Can I move my mic around?
Am I okay?
Yes.
I move it? Girl, it's your party.
Absolutely.
Do what you wanna do. Look at that.
When I ask if I'm hot, it's not my appearance, it's my
Am I turned on? I don't mean me.
You told me.
I mean my mic.
God.
It's like a running gag.
AMR.
But like this is a good distance, right? Like this?
Yeah.
I don't know. He's like pick up on that.
So everybody brought books but me.
I just brought my phone for reference.
You don't really need anything. I'm the only one who needs to keep the show going.
Do I need my phone to be like Google? Oh yeah, no,
That's me. That's basically me.
But now they can see us, so you have to do it.
On my list.
Look at you.
List?
You study.
So I brought no cheats, and I'm gonna just.
Girl, you know what? That means you're committed. Because like me, I'm like,
I'm gonna fall flat on my face.
well then you're the go-to. I'm gonna be like, take it away.
Yeah.
Alright.
So Tracy, in issue number 94.
On page 3, panel 4.
That's what I told you on my Facebook post. I'm just gonna fake a coughing fit though.
Oh my gosh. Oh, here we go. Talk about World of Warcraft, but that's not gonna
Yeah.
You know, the Bat Tootsie. How's it going?
Yeah.
This is Comics on Comics. We're coming to you live from the Hollywood Improv here in California.
What?
Right? And tonight, it turns out I realized that I did not get the bios off of the phone before I came out. So I'm going to have everybody introduce themselves and tell me who you are. So down at the end, we have Tracy.
Hi, I'm Tracy Clifton. I wrote a sparkling bio. And it's on his phone and my phone.
Yep.
We have access to neither.
Mm-hmm.
I am an actress. I'm a writer. I just co-produced my first short film, which is The Haunting of Lester House, which you can find at that exact website, thehauntingoflesterhouse.com.
Mm-hmm.
And I made some very witty remarks about, I was doing the Oliver thing, where I was like, my name is Tracy. And I have one goal, to save this city. Well, no, it's actually to be an actress, but like save the city in my downtime.
Right,
Like
well,
when I
of
have
course.
like
when it's convenient for you.
Thursday afternoon.
I feel
Sure.
you. I feel you for that.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm an actress. I'm a writer. I try to be funny sometimes, but results not guaranteed. And I'm sober right now, so we can blame it on that, nothing else.
Very well.
I'm glad to be here.
Thank you for coming on. David.
I am David A. Gutierrez. I'm a writer-illustrator. And
Podcaster.
podcaster right now. And so I've written for Emmys.com and illustrated a book called Mindful Mom to Be. And,
Oh, how cool is that?
It's for yoga.
That's awesome.
Pregnant ladies.
Oh.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Mom to be, but you can't be
It's
pregnant.
for dudes.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
It is for men. No,
I saw you posted it was like on the Today Show they were talking about.
they were talking about it
it.
on Today's Show.
That's awesome.
Thank you. I get no resids.
No?
Of course not.
But
No, you don't have like moms coming up to you getting your autograph?
no.
Did you bring the book by any
I
chance?
didn't. I didn't bring the book.
What a
camera's
wow!
very far
How
away.
remarkable!
It's called Mindful Mom to Be by Lori Bregman. Lori with an I.
That's very cool.
Cool.
That's awesome.
And what is the name of your show?
Oh, I'm not producing. Pod Dylan. Actually, I'm executive producing a show called Pod Dylan, which is about the music of Bob Dylan, one song at a time, and it's hosted by Rob Kelly. on the
wow.
Fire and Water Network.
Wow, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, I've been on a couple times. Well, when we get to plugs, we'll.
Oh, very well. Jacqueline.
Hi, my name's Jacqueline. I'm a Cancer, and I'm an actress as well here. Some of my credits are East Los High, Fallout, and Supergirl. So yeah, stuff like that.
Ah, good times.
It's been real. Yeah, I was in it, and then they cut me out.
Oh.
Well, that's because, for a bigger role
You know,
down
that's
the
what
line.
I'm saying.
Right?
You are
Yeah.
probably too good.
Hashtag Zatanna 2016.
That's what it
That's
is.
what I'm going for.
Absolutely.
Dream big, America.
Well, and speaking of 2016, the Supergirl is moving over to the CW. Next season. They just announced their pilot dates, their opening dates. We've got.
Let me look at my
October
calendar.
October 4th, we have The Flash is coming out. Then October 5th, we have Arrow premieres, followed by Supergirl on October 10th, and then The Legends of Tomorrow, October 21st. So all 4 shows are coming together. There's going to be a huge crossover between all 4 of those shows. I know I'm excited. These shows have been really amazing this year. So why don't we talk about it? Tracy, what were your favorite moments of these shows?
For The Flash, I have to say it was Jay Garrick putting on the
Yes.
helmet.
Yes.
Oh my God, that was
John
amazing.
Wesley Shipp coming back as the Flash.
Amazing. It was such an incredible callback to the fans. So him just having that moment, and they honored it. Like, the Flash is so good at taking those moments that they know the comic book readers want to see, the longtime fans, and giving them to them. Like the 2 Flashes coming to save the girl at the same time,
Right.
and the helmet, the first callback where it got tossed in. It was such an incredible. That was like a tingly moment. Like, I'm tingling now, and I'm drinking water, so I can't blame anything. Like, that was an incredible moment for me. And then I love Arrow, all of it. So yeah, but the Flash, that had the biggest moment for me with fan service. So.
Sweet. David?
Well, she stole mine.
That's the joy of going
I
first.
really
It's
think, as far as I'm concerned, television could have ended at that moment because seeing John Wesley Shipp, who's my Flash, I'm older than you guys, so.
What?
Yeah, you can tell.
You look like the fetuses you talk about.
but no, seeing him in the Lightning again was like I wept a little bit. It was the best moment of television from the year.
Wow.
For me, I am a sentimental person, so anytime I see Barry Allen with his mom, any iteration of it is heartbreaking. And I can be in broad daylight, I can be in a park, I could be in the comfort of my own home. That moment, every single time he's reliving it, which leads to next season. But that moment, the first time where he let his mom die, and then the second time where he gets to visit her through Kevin Smith's amazing album
That was a
episode,
great episode,
and
yeah.
then leading to the series finale. I think that there's that casting was amazing. Just the synergy between those 2 characters. I could watch it all day, every day.
Yeah, no, it was really good, and one of the things that I loved is the little moments throughout the series. Barry Allen in a bow tie in Earth 2, like you see something like that, and you're like, when would we ever see something like that?
When did you think you would?
Exactly. There was a fleeting moment where you see a symbol for Ace Chemical Company.
Yeah.
And
that's gonna pay off.
Exactly. And the thing is that if you know your DC history, you know how integral that is. And to just see it, they don't even mention it. They're just going to a warehouse and you just see the symbol on there, and you're like, wow, that is amazing. You can tell that they're beginning to set up these things, and the reason they're able to do this is because you know that they love it.
Yeah. They have so much heart behind it, and they care about the universe. And what's so great is that they're trusted to do it.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest gift, is that the studio's like, you know what you're doing clearly. You have a formula that's working for us. Have at it. You know what I mean?
There was a moment early in Arrow, really early on, I think it was last year or early this year, where they had that flight jacket that had the word Jordan on it.
Yeah, Hal Jordan.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just a nice little
I was going to
Yeah.
bring that up too. So we're just stealing each other's stuff now.
Yeah.
There was Ferris. Wasn't there Ferris who was somewhere in there?
Ferris Air, yes.
That was it, yeah, too. And I
Yeah, that was in some sort of hangar deck that they were in doing something.
And I got to interview the showrunner, and it's just a toss away thing that they just kind of threw in there for the fans that has no bearing on future storylines or anything.
Right.
But it's fun and
But
it's
it's nice.
love.
Yeah.
Exactly.
and it's love.
It's love. Like they
It's
love
nice.
their fans and they love the universe that they exist
Right.
in.
Mm-hmm.
And the very beginning of the season, we see the Flash of Two Worlds, right? They play, and then that whole scene, the way it plays
It's
out,
a love letter.
it was
60.
absolutely a love letter.
Yeah.
And you watch something like Gotham, where they're just literally just making shit up. They're just pulling stuff out of it, and you're just like, wow.
Well, that's
You
a
know?
hard one. I mean, because it's Well, I think everyone's going to be 60 by the time Bruce Wayne becomes Batman. All his villains are just going to...
I know
Right.
it.
Here's my question for Gotham. What time period is it in?
80s, right?
No one can really tell
I
me.
don't know.
The cars, the
Batman.
TVs, the technology,
Right.
like it's all kind of weird.
They use phones.
Yeah,
like
but
real
it's-
phones.
But it's
Well, no,
okay.
but so did Batman the Animated Series. Like that lives in this weird
But that's
1930s,
based off
1980s.
the Tim Burton films, right? Same as the original Flash series. It was all kind of supposed to take place in this nether time where everything kind of happens.
And I think you have, with an animated series, you're going to have that more flexibility of
Right.
people don't need to know the timeline or be like, why can't
Yeah,
you
exactly.
just call someone or text them?
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
I feel like the one thing I loved about Flash from the get-go is it didn't apologize for any of its
Absolutely.
comic
Right.
references.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
this is what, there's a gorilla.
Yeah, exactly.
And it
Cool
sucks.
Grodd.
There's Grodd.
Yeah.
Enjoy
A
yourselves.
freaking
You know what I mean?
shark man.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh
There were so many mic drops in Flash. It was just literally just like, yeah, here's Street Sharks. Let's go. And when I saw that, I literally thought Street Sharks, and I was just like, I remember those action figures.
Absolutely.
So
and
excited.
it is unapologetic.
It
love.
is
Totally.
unapologetic.
You know?
Absolutely.
They're not trying to hide anything.
No.
You know.
And they're having fun with it. Like I think,
Yes.
and I'm not going to turn this into like a bashing Gotham thing, but like Gotham is so dark and kind of miserable, and like it's so light where they're like, let's have fun with these characters, and like half the time, like Joe, who like is my favorite character on the Flash anyway, like he's laughing at these monster storm. He's like, look, there's a shark man that just tore off my roof. That's great.
Yeah.
That's
it's
my
like, it's
favorite
just
part
funny.
when he's like, Wally's probably like, what is
Yeah,
happening?
and he's like, I don't know if this is covered in my homeowner's insurance. This is brilliant because that's how I would respond.
Should be now, though.
It should be.
Yeah.
He's with Geico. So the roof got ripped off by a shark man.
I'm sorry. Did you say a shark man?
A shark. Do you have proof of this? We don't have this. Is it under flood?
Is that act
They're
of
from
God?
the ocean.
What is that?
What is this?
And then we've got Arrow, which is this grim and gritty show.
Yeah.
Like I didn't watch Arrow before Flash came out. I came into the
Same.
universe.
Same.
Why not?
With Flash, because Flash was just such this bolt of light, right?
Yeah.
And the Arrow, I'm just like, I'm just not down with the grim and gritty. Like I don't.
It's tonally, it's very different. So when they have crossovers, it's kind of funky.
Right. In fact, when you say that maybe the Flash was the worst thing to happen to Arrow, in some ways, I mean, I love the fact that we have the Flash, but they kind of shouldn't exist together.
They shouldn't cross over
It's a wrong.
because you've got Barry who's like, gee golly shucks, and you've got Oliver who's like, you're gonna die. And it's like that's
Well, but that's the
Doesn't
classic
match
Superman
that.
Batman.
I was going to say that
relationship.
exactly.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Because there's a time when you can have. I mean, Batman fought Martians. You know what I mean? When you look at Batman in the 50s and 60s, it got pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
Which was fine because I was Batman in the 50s and 60s. But it just tonally, it's such a weird shift.
It really
and
is.
they shouldn't exist in each other's worlds.
I agree.
In fact, when they had a mystical villain for Arrow, it just felt a little. I know they were probably going for like a shadow feel or something, but it didn't quite feel like it was supposed to be there, and it felt the entire season to me felt a little jostled.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, I didn't really like, for Arrow, they have these flashbacks where they begin to kind of tell you about his power and stuff, but at the end, none of that actually paid off.
No.
Like none of that knowledge you acquired from his flashbacks actually mattered at the end.
No.
And I'm just like,
to that
how-
episode, right?
Huh?
It's just to that episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be amazing if I wish I could write an Arrow episode where I have flashbacks where he's ordering a sandwich, and that's just all it's about.
It takes
and
the
it
whole
has nothing
season
to do
for
with
him to
this
order a
side.
sandwich.
They
Yeah,
send it
it's like,
back because it's not
it's like,
right.
yeah, he keeps coming back to the counter and he's like, the bread should have been toasted. And then literally it's like the series finale and no one's like, what
He's
happened?
got the
What does
wig
this
on the whole
mean?
time. Yeah.
Why is this real? No, but I'm in the same boat. I honestly, the reason I didn't follow Arrow, to be honest, was because I was like, when they killed off Black Canary, I was like, there's no point. She was the best thing.
She was the
Wait,
best.
which one?
The original, the
Oh,
OG.
she was great. The second one.
The original, you know, and I was like, okay, I can buy that. And then when she got miracle, and when she got like killed, yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, and then, you know,
She's like, no.
but here's my jam. Like, what's with the outfit?
The white one?
Yeah, I don't.
Well, she has to be all white because.
Yeah, but I mean, she looks so great in that corset when she was originally Black Canary, and then they're like, let's put a choker on. I guess you know what? I have an aversion to chokers ever since Janet Jackson. Like that's the way love goes. I don't know what it was doing there, and I was just like, you look oppressed.
She probably wanted villains to make eye contact with her and respect her as a person before she kicked their ass.
Yeah.
I mean, with the corset, I couldn't look at anything else. I'm just gonna be honest.
Hey man, I was like, kudos to you. If you can get work done in a corset, I'm like, it's like Wonder Woman. You know when Wonder Woman's
Breathe in
like,
that thing. I'm just asking.
Oh, they don't have to, in between takes.
Yeah.
Superhero.
Exhale. Well, no, it's probably because you can sell twice the amount of toys with the same model. You put black spray paint and then white spray paint. You put a different head, and boom, you're
Just move
done.
the head onto a different body.
Yeah.
complete non sequitur. Have you seen those like failed boxed sets where it's like Spider-Man and then it's Batman and then it's like the Hulk and then it's like Catwoman and then it's like the Avengers and it's like sold in like a third world country and you're
yes.
like,
that makes me
what
sad.
is this? My favorite is one that says Tarantula Man and it's supposed to be Spider-Man.
Mm.
I love things like that.
Technically right.
Technically right.
Spider-Man.
Yes.
It was amazing.
All of those wrestlers, Mexican wrestlers.
Love it.
Those were good times. So we also have Legends of Tomorrow, and Legends of Tomorrow gave us things like Jonah Hex. They were teasing what's his name? I keep forgetting. Not Nick
Hour
Fury.
Man?
No, not. Oh, Hour Man's coming next year.
Oh, you mean
Rex
Sergeant
Tyler?
the Helmet Command? Sergeant Rock.
Sergeant Rock. Yes.
That was it with the helmet.
So they're able to give us
Right.
this wide gamut
Well,
of
that's smart,
characters.
playing with the entire DC universe. I'm surprised they haven't gone to Legion times, but maybe.
They might, right?
Aren't they? A bit at the end of Legion of Tomorrow, they kind of say, "Hey, I'm what's his face from the Legion."
No, from the Justice Society.
Oh, from the
Yeah,
Justice
he was
Society.
from that. I remember
It was
that.
Oh my!
It was
my bad.
Rex.
Rex Tyler.
Rex Tyler, yeah.
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 Our man.
Our man. I've got powers for an hour, but that's it. After that, I'm
Most
done.
men.
That's true.
That's excuse me. That's like narrow that down.
20-minute man. But only after one drink.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, so we've got that's one of the things that we now have this huge breadth of the history
It's lovely.
of DC. We have now they did kind of retcon Vandal Savage. Instead of him being a caveman, they set him in Egypt.
Sure.
Right.
So you want to tie all that together.
Well, that was to tie in with the Hawks.
Yeah.
I love how you refer to them
As the
like
Hawks.
the Partridge Family.
Right.
They're the
They're
Hawks.
close, right?
I love
They can
it.
form a band.
I want them to have a sitcom now.
The
Like
Hawks.
Meet the Hawks.
Vandal Savage and the Hawks. Play.
Yeah.
This Thursday at the Viper Room.
They're like a jug band.
Which, the meteorites and
Right.
stuff like
Yeah,
that.
the meteorites will open up and
Nth metal
Share,
washboard.
probably
Yeah.
the music.
There you go. Get rid of the what's his face?
Hawkman.
Huh?
Get rid of Carter.
Huh? But he was.
There's never been a good.
bad.
Well, Michael Shanks was an okay Carter in Smallville, but he's just kind of he's a hard character.
And
You know what I
and
mean?
here's the thing, like
He's
I was
kinda
all
douchey.
for Hawkgirl. Like I was
Space
all
Hawkman.
going for her, but then the moment she could not kill Savage,
Oh my god.
You know?
Like 3
Right?
times.
yeah, and I
No,
was just
which
like,
time?
I'm
Which time?
done.
Because she could not kill him.
Right, and because
Yeah.
when Carter didn't have his memory on the
Yeah.
ship, it's like just kill him. It's
Just kill
okay.
him. Just kill him.
You can kill him. He'll be reincarnated. It'll be fine. just no, I don't want to, because then he's not going to come back with his memories. I was like, oh, that's
Can I tell you my thing about Legends of Tomorrow? This is going to sound mean.
Why are you here?
But it's like...
That's why she's at the end.
Gotham
It's
first.
like if they gathered up all the people that Doctor Who rejected as time companions and put them on one show, and that's Legends of Tomorrow, where they're all just like, stay in the ship. Yeah, but I think I'm gonna just go around and start a bar fight and potentially alter the history of time. Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, everything's a butterfly effect.
Don't do that. Don't do that. And they can't kill anyone to save their life. I just missed that episode of Firefly where the guy's like, I will hunt you down. He just kicks him into the fan. He's like, okay, next. I just wanted Legends of Tomorrow to do that. I just wanted them to pull the trigger just once.
And, you know, they're not going to.
No.
You know, they don't have to.
They killed Vandal Savage.
I mean, technically 3 times, but
3 times.
it took them the entire season to do that.
Warm up.
Yeah, no.
Well, yeah, it's a warm up. They're saying that next season it's going to be more nefarious. It's not going to be as here's how we get to the Wizard of Oz.
I mean, when you look at the 4 shows, obviously The Flash had the strongest of the first seasons, and the other ones kind of had a difficult time. Well, not difficult, but you know, every first season's kind of rocky.
Yeah, as they're trying to figure out, you know, what they're doing. Supergirl, you know,
little rocky the first year.
Yeah, I mean, I only saw the pilot and I saw the crossover episode, and that was it. I didn't really, you know.
There's a few good ones in there.
I mean, like when I saw that her sidekick or whatever the guy was Hank Henshaw, and I was like,
Martian
really?
Manhunter.
Yeah, exactly. That I was like, what? I was like, it's gonna be Metallo, and they're gonna do this whole Metallo thing. Whatever.
He's a cyborg Superman.
Huh? Yeah, exactly.
But he's not.
Right? Well, obviously not. It turns out that he is John Jones, not John Jones. He is the Martian Manhunter.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, that is crazy. They put him right in front at the very beginning.
Do you ever feel sad when you hear the words come out of your mouth, like, "Oh, that's a cyborg Superman"?
No, I mean, because that's my life, right? So,
Am I
That was
technically
harsh.
I felt a little sad.
Do you ever feel sad about the words that come out of your mouth?
Yeah, no. Well, see, the
Sometimes.
thing is that, like, you know, because on one level you hear Hank Henshaw and you know the characters, so you're like, okay, this is what is going to be happening with the character. I can now foresee 4 or 5 episodes down the line where this A, B, and C is going to happen. And then none of that happens.
Which is good, because that's dramatic tension, and that keeps you, as somebody who's familiar with 70, 80 years of continuity, guessing.
Exactly. And, you know, and that's what was awesome. But because I believed it was Hank Henshaw, I did not give the show a chance. Because I was just like, they're just really messing with continuity.
Well, look who's...
Exactly.
Thank God for online streaming television. You will not miss a single episode.
But that's the other thing is they take these characters that might not be so amazing or popular, and they still are able to make something cool. Like when people found out, oh my God, Cisco's going to be Vibe, everyone's like, oh, lamest character ever. Right. But they did it in a cool way on the Flash, so that people were like, okay, I can get on board.
And you can't do any wrong with Cisco. You know what I mean? He is
great.
boss.
I love him.
And I just want to know where the ad-libs stop or where they start, you know what I mean? It's just so much fun. Like, just, there's so much, I think that's, you know, part of what you talked about earlier, you know, you hit it where it's like, Arrow's so dark, and I think it's because they came in with their characters and it was very piecemeal, whereas Flash, the established character group was there from the beginning,
right,
you know, right? Because we had Felicity coming on later.
Yeah.
It was really just Diggle and Arrow, and then everybody else kept like popping off, you know what I mean? And then, you know, you brought in the sister, and she was kind of like, whatever, and then she came back in, and it's just like, I feel like you hit the ground running with the group from Flash, and it was just something really special. And then Lunches of Tomorrow, you know, to piggyback on that, I think you're absolutely right. I think they're just trying to figure out where they fit in the whole scheme of things. I think it was ambitious for them to put this many characters that don't have as solid of a backstory as and canon as any of the others. So it's really just a matter. I think there was this idea where it was like take for example Hercules and Xena. They were like, you know, Xena could travel throughout time because she's made up, you know what I mean? But then you had Hercules where he's like, he's in Greek mythology. There you go, that's it. And so exactly, and I think maybe there was that sense of flexibility, and they're realizing that there is flexibility, but there also needs to be foundation that needs to be established, and it might have taken them a lot longer than it needs to, but you know, hopefully.
like 7 characters.
That's why I'm like saying this,
Yeah.
like tossing all these things up in the air and trying to say like this is why this character matters and this is why this character matters. And so I think now with season 2, they're like, I hopefully they flush that all out and they're like, okay, here they are. Let's do things.
But the flexibility turned into them being like, well, if we have 7 against 1, we have to make them all bad at what they do every single episode, which is not enjoyable to watch.
Right.
It's just not enjoyable when you feel like you're watching a D&D group that just is constantly rolling a natural 1 every time they try to do something.
Yeah.
And that's the entire TV show.
Yeah.
Where you're like,
we want.
did you really crit fail again? How could you do that?
Yeah, I mean, if we picked up the latest issue of Batman and he was still Batman year 1,
Yeah.
while that would be interesting on some level, we were just like, we know this. We don't we don't need to see Spider-Man's origin in another movie. It just doesn't.
For
need to
real,
happen.
right? If I see that one more time, I'm gonna go in there and blow up that building.
Die one more goddamn
Oh
time.
my god.
Yeah, you
At
know.
least maybe make a reference, like maybe like Peter Parker walks through a grocery store and like an Uncle Ben's rice falls on the floor and then he just walks by and then we're done.
It has
Then
to be
we're
during
good.
a robbery, though.
Yeah,
And they're getting
exactly.
younger.
No,
Yeah, I'm not gonna pick it
I'm
up.
not gonna pick it
And they're
up.
I'm gonna
getting
regret
younger
things.
and younger every time too. So this time Uncle Ben's gonna be like 24. So it's like
Yeah, it's gonna be very sexy. It's gonna be.
It's gonna be your Stephen Amell, and he's not gonna have a shirt on.
yeah, exactly. No, I'm on board with that actually. That's a great idea. Let's expand that.
Marissa Tomei, the loveliest Aunt May of all time.
Yeah.
Of all time.
The youngest anime of all time.
She's supposed to be Jessica Tandy, and they turned her in.
She's like 90 years old in the first movie, and she's like a hot 42 by the time we catch
what they
Civil
don't
War.
they don't realize is that she's got the Benjamin Button's disease. So in each movie she gets younger and younger.
So
Yeah.
tragic. We lost her so young.
They retconned that
There's a
in.
point where you become older than Aunt May, and you think, Jesus, I gotta stop this.
No, I mean, but that's the thing, like, right? So when we're growing up as kids, we see Superman and Batman, right?
I'm older than all those guys.
Exactly.
And it's
These are
fucking
the adults
depressing.
in our lives, and now slowly, like once we become 29,
When you
they're like,
become Robin's dad, it's time to say, you know what? Maybe I need to take a step back.
Maybe I need to put down the leotard.
yeah, it's time to hang up the cape and
The
cowl.
spandex.
You know,
I
It's
had
like-
that moment actually because San Diego Comic Con's coming up, and I was like, because usually I cosplay at least one day as Wonder Woman, and I have it, and then I
Yes.
kind of looked in the closet and I was like,
Can I do it this year?
exactly. I was like, do I want to? A and B. I was like, can I? And then I found out they're doing a life-size Invisible Jet.
What?
Yes.
life size.
Mattel is doing a life-size Invisible Jet on display at San Diego Comic Con.
It's gonna be hard to find.
Well, you know it's.
I know I put it here somewhere. I was thinking that too. I think they made it up. Actually, this is so non sequitur. I apologize. But last April Fool's, the San Diego Airplane Museum,
I saw
they
that.
did the Wonder Woman jet, and they literally moved all their like antique
They were
planes
like,
to
"Here's
just
a
have
picture
an open
of it."
space, and they put a little plaque, and they're like, Wonder Woman's invisible jet. I'm
I'll put a
like,
picture of it up. It's
yeah,
beautiful.
exactly. They were like, yeah, this is so
We can move the
funny.
Apollo. We don't.
Spirit of St. Louis, get over there. You're not historical at all. Your significance is minute. It was so great. I was like, well, San Diego, you
The
guys
real
are
scientific
winning.
accomplishments of humanity don't really.
Of
measure
course.
up to it.
Move aside, Tesla.
Yeah.
We got this thing
This guy
here.
invented the lie
And the
detector
metal.
and bondage. So.
Yeah, well, and then also, I believe it was like Hot Wheels. They put out they were selling the plane, which is an empty box.
Yes.
You know,
Of course.
How much is that?
huh? It's $50 or something. Who knows?
I would love
bet
to.
you some nerd bought that.
Of course, air, just like air from the mascara. It'd be amazing.
No, I mean Comic Con is coming up. I'm sure that the CW shows are going to be represented there.
Oh, for sure.
Huh?
Everyone's kind of pulling out, right?
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
Like the
Well,
big movies.
I believe it's was it Fox has pulled out or like
Fox.
some
Disney,
studios.
Is that
Marvel
all their
might
TV shows
have.
too?
I don't know. I
Like,
think
no
the TV
Fox,
shows are
nothing?
still there.
Okay.
I think. Well, I mean, look. I mean, WonderCon is. I call it DC Con is WonderCon because I feel like there's the only signage you ever see aside from the indies of the big two. You only see DC there. I know that Marvel limits its shows, if I'm correct.
Yeah, and
But
for the longest time, Marvel didn't even go to San Diego.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, like that's
The
what
more
people
you-
don't even realize. Like you know, I believe it was when the first Iron Man came out, and they had the
like an Activision or something, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like that was when they're like, oh, I guess we should start coming back to San Diego.
Yeah.
But you know, that's what people don't really realize when you're talking about San Diego. They keep thinking, oh, it's taken over by all of these production companies and everything. San Diego Comic-Con itself, as a comic book convention, hasn't really changed in size. Everything else has expanded around it.
That's true.
You know, I remember I was there in '92. I think it was my first one, and that was the year, the very first year that they had movies displaying there, and it was the Time Machine. And really, the only thing they had
Amazing.
was the Time
Wonderful.
Machine. Yeah, and the thing is that when I saw that, I realized that, oh, this is the exact prop that was at Show West in Las Vegas. And Show West is a movie convention for the not distributors, the theater owners.
Right.
So
yeah.
you know, so they would create these big elaborate displays, and I remember seeing this there, and I was like, this is the future of Comic-Con. Because they've already built this for Show West, and it's only they'll just need to bring it over, and that is what has happened.
Yeah.
You know,
it's just gotten more epic in terms of like the sneak peek footage and all of the premieres there and all of that stuff and the panels.
And, absolutely, and those are known quantities. And then we get something like, oh, you know, Fox doesn't want to show any footage because then it's going to get leaked and shown online.
It's gonna get leaked anyway.
It's gonna get leaked.
And it's not even getting
Pay your interns.
Exactly.
It's gonna get leaked.
I mean, that's just the nature of it.
And yeah, I mean, and 9 times out of 10, if you go there and you see these people in these long lines, the lines are going to be there because the fans, it's the experience, it's the communal experience. It's for a lot of people, I think we take for granted in this town, we have such a great comic book community, we have such a good community here. It's few and far between internationally at times, and I think that this is a mecca where people can stand in line for 4 hours, but they're surrounded by like-minded people.
Totally.
People who don't care that they're wearing, you know, a Sherlock jacket in 100-degree weather, which is probably going to turn out to be, you know, and it's just, it's that kind of camaraderie that keeps it. So yeah, you may have, that footage may be leaked 2 hours later, but the minute, the second that it was shown, you got to share it with so many other people, and that's an important thing to them.
It's a huge sense of community.
Exactly, absolutely.
I definitely call San Diego Comic-Con going to a pilgrimage.
Yeah.
You know, that is what it is. We get together all. You know, my whole year is devoted to this. You know, these 4 or 5 days, and you know, you go out there, you travel, and you hope to meet creators. You hope to meet like-minded people, and that is the joy of Comic-Con.
Yeah. But it is what you make it. I definitely,
Totally.
you know, I used to, I mean, I'm from San Diego. I used to go pay at the door, walk in, enjoy myself. And I will say that the one thing that is kind of difficult is that creator interaction, right? You know, like because of the fact that now you have people bracelets and then raffles and then all that stuff. But, you know, I mean, what's nice about it is, you know, San Diego paved the way for all these other conventions where back in the day, I actually, on my phone, when I heard Darwin Cook passed, I was going through my old sketchbook because I was like, man, his style looks, yeah, I'm like, this is my sketch.
Aww.
And it says, it's Robin, it says, Jacqueline, you're a cutie, and I was like, and so I started crying. But the point is it's like, that's what you got to get back in the day, and it's just, but you know, you can even go to Artist Alley and meet people, you know?
Yeah,
That's how I did it. I met Wendy Pini. My first comic book that I read was ElfQuest.
Oh, wow.
And to have a female creator of a comic book, for me when I'm like 9 years old, is amazing. And I go to Artist Alley and she's there, and I get to take my picture with her dressed as Neil Gaiman's death, and I am grinning like a freaking idiot.
Oh my God,
because I am so happy, and I'm like, I don't think you understand what, and she's like, that's nice. I'm like, no, I'm sure I weirded her out a little. She was so nice though, but I was like, you are such a huge influence on me as a female in comics. Like, that is amazing. And I got to meet her at San Diego Comic-Con and Artist Alley. And that was
Exactly,
amazing.
and you know, like I remember, you know, years and years ago that I would see someone like Robert Kirkman, and he would be selling
Battle Pope.
Exactly,
Yeah.
Battle Pope.
No one knew who he
Nobody knows who the guy is. You walk by, and like I wanted to buy the book a couple times, but he wasn't actually never there.
Yeah.
When I walked by to pick it up, and I was always like, I'll pick it up when
Next
he's
year.
there. Yeah, next time.
Oh,
and,
no.
and then you know,
Good
it just
luck
keeps.
now, buddy.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
zombie thing.
You know, it's never gonna work. But I distinctly remember there was one time I walked by, he was there, and like like I had just run out of money, so I didn't, I didn't buy anything. But I just looked over and I was like, hey man, and he was just like, hey, how's it going?
And you're like,
right?
one day you're gonna make it.
Right,
One day.
exactly.
You hang in there.
His jersey?
Right, right, exactly. Yeah, absolutely. He gave him the shirt off his back.
Keep dreaming, Robert. Keep dreaming.
But I just thought it was cool. Here's this guy. He just keeps plugging away. I keep seeing him at Comic-Con, and
Now
with that,
Comic-Con.
and now he,
And
and
now-
now he's a partner at Image.
Yeah.
But that's the thing is, I'm sure that same year you couldn't talk to Neil Gaiman, right?
Yeah.
You can't talk to him now.
I
You
haven't
can't.
seen him there. Has he been there?
He was at
He's
the signing a
been
couple
there.
years. He was
Yeah.
signing a couple
naturally,
years ago.
he was there
This is
last
a cloud of
year.
black smoke and he's gone.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I mean, naturally. Duh.
And he's one of the kindest men. I
He was
met him.
so sweet.
And I was like, I am such a huge fan of yours. And he was like, oh, thank you. I said, no, you don't understand. I'm a fan of your writing, but like you as a person, I'm a huge fan. And he looked at me and goes, oh, I like you. And I was like, if I die happy, if I
Did
die.
you go to his talk at the Arrow up in Glendale?
I didn't. I missed it.
So
I got
I
to
went
meet him
to-
on a film shoot.
Well, I went. Well, what a horrible problem to have. No, but it was. That's where I first encountered him in the flesh, and apparently he had run over, and so like he was only supposed to be signing for an hour. He stayed until every single
He's
person
so
got
sweet.
signed. It was like 4 hours long. This
He's the
line, and he
sweetest
was
man on the planet.
and everybody. He was totally genuine. I mean, his signature was kind of at that point. He was like, "Help, Lord!" But it was like he was the sweetest guy, and you want that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's what I hope for everyone, whoever gets like in a signing line, just to have a good interaction with whomever there, be it an actor, be it a writer or whomever, a creator. I just want them to have a good, that's my hope for
I'm
them.
also a huge fan of cosplay as a way to go in and have a great community experience with other people. Like when you have a costume, you get to go up to other people who have a costume and feel slightly less awkward because you're also in a costume and just love on them and be like, oh my god, what you did is amazing. And then you have people usually coming up to you and doing the same thing. And it's like this mutual like appreciation and love that I think just takes it to another level of fun and engaged and feeling like connected with these people.
Yeah, walking down Comic-Con through the aisles and seeing complete strangers falling in love with each other because they're like, you're wearing the same costume I am.
Absolutely.
They both made it differently, and they're like, how did you do that? How did you do that? And you just walk by and you're like, dude, that is awesome.
Yeah.
That is great to see. And these are the kinds of interactions that you can get when you open your heart and you go to Comic-Con.
Totally.
Everyone, open your heart.
Absolutely.
Go to Comic-Con.
Just
Go to a Comic-Con.
go to a Comic-Con and try to enjoy it.
Kamikaze, which is in
Yes.
LA. It's
Yeah.
super local. It's super affordable. It's a great intro. It's run by Stan Lino. It's a great intro to cons.
Absolutely. So back to
So what was the flash?
Yeah.
Speaking of opening your heart.
Topics on hand.
absolutely. So we've got these great shows. We've got on ABC, we've got Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which is like another show that is people just literally making shit up.
It's all made up.
Yeah, well, yes, but in that it's no connection to any real storylines that we know, right?
Right.
Well, I mean, it does have Quake.
Inhumans.
Yeah, Inhumans, and it does have Quake.
Yeah, and they took forever to get there,
Well,
My husband edits for Marvel.
I mean, that is great and awesome. What is it? Right over there?
Yes.
Okay. What is it?
Oh,
What I was gonna.
sweetie.
No, I mean it's really well paced and cut really well. The thing is, other than
The editing is fabulous.
I've often
right?
said
isn't
it's
it?
cinematic in its editing.
right? It's very.
Especially that
absolutely.
penultimate episode of the season. Which episode number was that?
That was definitely. I think not all of them obviously are as
I don't
well
think we
cut.
talked about
Sure.
our editors enough.
Yeah,
No,
we don't.
absolutely
Editor
not.
appreciation.
Because they set the pacing and everything, and it's really they're the ones who make it all.
I will
work.
say this:
Absolutely.
they will save the shittiest projects in the world.
Absolutely.
So thank you. Sir.
Absolutely. Yeah.
He's dying.
And we're just pointing out to the internet. Thank all of you out
Yeah, thank
there.
all of you
Thank
out there
you.
who are
All of
aspiring
you.
editors to be
Post. Just anyone in
Absolutely.
post. You're the true hero.
But if you're say a writer on the show, right? Then I've got problems with
Absolutely.
right? Absolutely.
Sure.
With the writing, like
now that we've set that up.
absolutely. Like for me, Agent Ward has been just I don't understand why he's still in the show, but they love him, so they keep having him. Then they kill him, and they keep coming back. Wait, did you say he won a Pulitzer?
I said, why are you employed, sir?
Oh,
why do they,
yeah, exactly. Like, why do you keep bringing him in? You know, they finally killed him off. Hopefully, yeah, you're probably right.
Oh, didn't he pop back up now? He's like infested or something like that.
Yeah, you know.
But did you watch the season finale?
Yeah, but a little bit.
Okay, so like you were texting.
I got really upset that and I'm totally mocking what's her name?
Mockingbird?
Yeah, that's her name, right?
Sky?
No, not her.
Bobby.
Oh.
She's the best thing on the show.
She was, and then they kicked her off because they were going to give her own spin-off, and now it's like, and I hope they bring her back because she was my favorite.
Yeah, okay.
He was like, I lost that footage. We need to kick her off the show.
Guys, we lost the entire episode. Just kick him off the show. Okay, cool.
I mean, I was
existing.
She was my fave.
Yeah, I would have loved a Hawkeye and Mockingbird TV show. That would have been amazing.
Yeah, well,
come on, knock on our door. We will kick you in the face.
You know, put him on the West Coast. It would have been awesome.
Oh my gosh, it'd be so cute. I can see it now. I want it. Shonda Rhimes, write it.
Shonda Rhimes. They can solve mysteries. Talk about their marriage a lot.
It would have been
all
great.
The time. It's like private practice, but they're like killing everyone. Oh my gosh, Hunter and I, we can't get along. But meanwhile, I murdered so many people.
But we're in counseling, so it's okay.
But we're in counseling, and I'm just really heartbroken, so I'm going to eat ice cream.
We talk about our feelings a lot.
We talk about them all the time.
You're a Wonder Woman pilot.
You're my person.
I heard about that pilot.
Pilot.
I can see
Speaking
her.
of Mockingbird, right?
Speaking of her.
Adrian Parky.
Speaking of Wonder Woman, Linda Carter is the president of the United States in Supergirl.
In Supergirl, yes.
Make that happen, really.
Can we just
right?
can it happen?
Yeah.
Can she, like, I really want her to come up to the podium as the president in a toga, and I'll just be like, yeah!
Well, no, she has to wear something else, spin, and then she's wearing
There
that.
Absolutely, yes.
Is Dean Cain still the dad on Supergirl?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love it. I love how they bring all these other people
Lois
back.
Exactly. Dean Cain was Superman. Linda Carter was
Jay Garrick.
Helen Slater was Supergirl.
I love it.
You know, John Wesley Shipp was the Flash.
Still
Still is the Flash.
Still
continues
is.
to be the Flash.
Yeah.
You know,
Minds and hearts.
and that is what is awesome.
I love John Wesley Shipp.
I love him.
You want to talk about positive experiences with someone?
Let's do this.
He is the sweetest human being you'll ever meet.
Yeah.
In fact, I will say, if there is anyone who is probably better than the characters they play as a human being, it is John Wesley Shipp.
Wow.
I've met him a couple of times.
I don't know. I've met John Caviezel, and I think he's a little better than Jesus.
Really?
No.
I was going to say.
I saw him on a panel for Person of Interest at Comic-Con, and he looked
Good guy.
That's awesome, dude.
When did you meet him?
When I went on his lawn.
When I watched him sleep.
When I was brushing his hair.
Without his enthusiastic consent.
You're the best.
When,
Set me free.
When I worked, I produced a podcast and for the Danny Bilson and Paul DeMeo, who did the first Flash show. So it was through them that I met the Ship, as they call him.
The Ship.
And just I've met him a couple times, and he was at the big Flash 25th anniversary thing. Talked to him again. He's just a genuinely nice person.
That's awesome.
I love that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
That's how I felt about, I got to meet Tom Hiddleston, and he was the exact same way. He was such a sweetheart. And he was so nice.
My wife's gonna steal your memories.
He was so, I was like I wasn't super wasted. I was wasted. And I talked to him like, Tom, can I take a photo? And he's like, of course you can.
Did you touch him?
Yes, of course.
jealous.
He's such a sweetheart. He really is.
Wait, I don't get it. Like, I
You don't get it?
I don't get it.
Have you seen any of the movies that he's in as Loki?
And Benedict Cumberbatch, I don't
Benedict
understand.
Cumberbatch.
I don't understand.
I could go either way,
I
but
don't-
Tom Hiddleston.
He's the best thing in those movies. I will
He's
say
the
that.
best thing, period. End of sentence.
I feel like, you know what? There is an untapped market for body pillows for adult women that I think
I'm sure
has
it's
not.
on Etsy.
I know that there's a Poe Dameron one.
Oh, yeah.
But I know, but I feel like there should be more for women out there,
But
and
That's for
men
guys that like
who
it.
just love that.
I
stuff.
thought that
Is
women
it
don't
right?
like comic books or buy stuff or.
Shall I throw this water? No, I know,
That,
right?
you know,
Did you actually? I posted earlier today. Did you see that thing? You know, again, jumping track, but speaking of that, women don't like comic books, women don't play video games. Did you see that Overwatch? Did you see that thing where that
girl?
Oh,
Yeah.
it was amazing.
If she's not cheating, I'm gonna quit. I'm not gonna play.
Yeah, so there was.
Take my toys
So
And
away.
then they quit, and then
They owned up to it, so at least they did it.
But they threatened her life. They said, now that we're quitting, we're also sending you death threats.
Are you serious?
Yeah, there's death threats now against a girl for being good at a video game.
Yeah.
Because you can't win if you're bad at a video game as a girl.
Yeah.
That's one thing. But if you're good at a video game as a
Well,
girl, then
clearly
you
you're
get death
cheating.
threats.
I mean,
Yeah.
That's
if you're gonna
basically,
beat me in a game, then obviously you're cheating because I'm just.
I will say skill set wise, I'm very inferior. Like I just recently jumped on Heroes of the Storm for Blizzard because I'm obsessed with it now. And when I'm on the lead, when I'm leading all the stats, I literally like type out to my team, you guys gotta step up because if I'm on top, y'all have been doing something bad. Because I'm not the worst player in the world, but I'm not apt enough to be that good. Like when you make me look like an MLG, I'm like,
Well, maybe you're like so in the zone.
Sometimes,
You're
you
just,
know, one time I was listening to Britney Spears, and for some reason I got like on it.
baby.
Oh man, I was like toxic, and I'm just like killing people. I was like,
awesome.
so many deaths. It was amazing.
That's what you need.
So many deaths. It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. But yeah, I mean, you know, yeah, women reading comic books.
read
What?
comics, you know.
What we do?
Such BS.
Right. Which is why they had to cancel Supergirl, you know, and put it onto the CW where all the kids will watch it. CW.
This is a tough network. For that
What
show.
was the show that there was some show that they were going to create, and then it said it tested too female. What show was that?
Oh,
Nancy Drew.
Nancy
Yes.
Drew.
Nancy Drew.
Oh, they canceled that.
They
Yes.
could have a live action Nancy Drew TV show, and I was like, oh my god, here we go. And they were like, yeah.
Yeah,
You guys,
Too many women would watch that.
So did so many, like that's what they said about Murder, She Wrote, and that was the
Right.
best goddamn
No.
freaking thing on the planet. Angela Lansbury on a
What's wrong
bike.
with you people? What
And
is
the Hava.
actually wrong with you people?
Why
did she kill that show?
Well, because you know, again, women don't spend any money. They
Clearly.
don't. You know,
Yeah.
you can't
You know
advertise
what?
to women.
I'll tell you this right now. Yes, you can. Just make sure you plug lingerie every single episode.
Do they think we don't buy toys? Like
we buy everything?
we buy everything.
We are. It's called retail therapy
and
for a
we
reason.
buy it in bulk.
In
Yeah.
bulk. Target.
Well, you know
That's
that's why like there were no Ray figures, right?
I know,
there were
I still
no
look at Star
Phasma
Wars,
figures.
I glare as I walk
you know.
down the Star Wars
Well,
aisle.
she was barely in the
Who's
movie.
a fucking star?
Right, yeah.
Fine.
Oh, sorry.
I know, we only saw Ray like that for like 28 of the scenes.
Yeah,
You know, I mean, she was only
80%
the
of the
lead
For
in
like
it.
80%.
Right?
It's only like the character arc that we literally followed all
Right.
the way through from the beginning to the end.
I loved her. I thought she was so adorable. She was so endearing, you know, especially when she was getting her mind like messed up. She was just like adorable. I just thought she was so
Wanna pinch
cute.
the cheeks.
Just like, you know, I want to have tea with you after your mind gets wiped. You're gonna be adorable after this.
I just love that she's like eating throughout the movie. Like every scene they're cutting to with dialogue, it's just like, let's just give Daisy food. And she's like,
Well, she's
She's never
hungry.
seen food.
Right.
She's
Exactly.
really hungry, okay? She's
that's
looking
what
up
I
sand
love
cakes.
about it. Like she's eating and then like, you know, they're like, oh, you know, you don't know where I'm from. You don't know my background. Daisy's like, I
know
just
you're
was like,
hungry.
it's so cute.
Like, true story, I just want to have a droid to have a secret language that no one else knows. Like, I love how everyone can understand the
Yeah.
droids, and I don't, and I get really offended by that. Like, I mean, there's no subtitles, there's nothing. Like, even with R2-D2, you know, like, no, we can't go to the Dagobah system. I'm like, I want to know what he said that inferred that they were going into the Dagobah system. Please tell me the vernacular and the right, you know, like the actual sentences. So I'm going to, like, create a droid, and then it's just going to make random noises, and we'll be like, you're so silly, D1. And just walk away.
I'm pretty sure that's where they were going with the Christmas special, where they were like, no subtitles.
Can I
Let's
tell
just
you,
do it.
I've heard of this.
You never seen
You've
it?
never
never
seen the
seen it.
Christmas
You've
special?
You've
Never.
Wow.
I
It's
kind of
a-
want to go to Frankenstein's to try to find it somewhere because I've never seen it.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I hear. Yes, I've heard this.
It's a
Okay.
thing.
It does
Experience,
exist and it
really.
is a
It's,
thing.
Picture like half an hour of this with no subtitles.
Oh, that's my family. Explain more.
Do you remember the Wookiee porn scene?
The what?
The,
I'm sorry, what was that?
I'm
well,
sorry.
it was like a soft.
Juan and I
Are
are
you
like,
sure? Are you sure? Just wants to
There was a
regular
musical
70s
number.
Or is it Caligula going?
There was a musical number that was kind of like an over-sexualized thing. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
I don't remember
Uncle-
being over-sexualized.
Uncle Lumpy's watching some show.
I
and
do
there's a
remember
singer.
Lumpy, yes.
He knows what I'm talking about. Your husband knows.
Don't you not?
Yeah,
Don't you
right.
encourage this?
But yeah.
I don't know if I want to watch this Christmas special anymore,
Just
you
watch it for the
guys.
cartoon,
The First Appearance of Boba Fett.
It's worth it just to watch
And Lumpy.
Carrie Fisher literally
high
become
off
a
the
drug
fucking
addict.
Yeah.
Oh
Live
yeah,
on-
apparently she was super high during the
Yeah.
shooting of that.
Yeah.
You can totally tell.
I want to see that. Like
There's some rock.
Yeah.
I heard that about it's just moon dust.
Amelia.
It's just my old planet. I wanted to remember it. No, I really wanted to see Meet Me in St. Louis again because
Oh,
Judy
Judy
Garland and the trolley song. I just want to
Is
see
she
it.
drunk or something?
Apparently she was like hopped up on stuff and hopped
I
down.
believe
She
it.
was like on everything at that moment, and they were like, that was the only way they could get her out of her trailer. And I was like, no, I want to see it.
Bribery.
Awesome.
I was just like playing.
God, I remember seeing that in like the 5th grade or something.
I love Judy Garland. So much.
Transformative life, right?
Right, absolutely.
But speaking of Julie Garland, The Flash and Arrow and all
Big
that
Garland
stuff.
fan.
So big Garland fan.
Do we think that Barry
Right,
completely screwed up everything?
Okay, so
Can we
right.
talk about that?
Absolutely.
ending?
So we've got the ending. Obviously, there Grant Gustin he tweeted out the name of the season premiere, and it's called Flashpoint. You know, we all kind of know.
Terrible
You know,
series.
if you
Oh.
if, you know, on Netflix, there's a Flashpoint Paradox. You can
Well,
you can
that
check
animation.
out. Yeah, that was
He
pretty
edited that.
cool.
Well, you didn't draw it, did you? Here's my thing: is like WB animation is beyond. It's like the bar that I think all other comic book animation is set at. I mean, since the beginning, right, with
Right.
Bruce Timm and all that stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
Nickelodeon, I mean, the chorus stuff is pretty.
yeah, but I mean that came in later, right? And I feel like, especially when you're talking about I mean, they created that world, right, with Airbender and all that stuff, and you have like but for the established comic book lore canon stuff, WB excels, you know. And I just feel like these last couple of movies, I wanted to see more, and it's just, and I mean, maybe that's what it's coming down to because of digital animation. I don't know what it is, but I'm really hoping Killing Joke is just going to set the bar again, or get back on track. Because my point is, Flashpoint, I didn't like the art style. It didn't speak to me, and the script wasn't that bad. Like it was very unapologetic, which I thought was really fun. So I don't know. Hopefully, Killing Joke is just like.
Well, I mean, Killing Joke is probably signals a shift, right, in DC animation.
It's rated R.
It is rated R.
That's gonna be huge.
That is going to be huge. And also, they were talking about, they had announced the Judas contract, I believe, 4 or 5 years ago now.
Okay.
And, they were saying, it's coming. And then I was talking to someone at DC, and they basically said, yeah, they announced it without really knowing what they were doing, about what Judas contract was. And then they started to look into trying to adapt it, and they couldn't. They couldn't
It's
make...
kind of a hard story.
It is, and what they told me, right,
Oh,
was...
the Bible.
Right, so they told me, it's like, in order for Judas Contract to come out, there has to be a fundamental shift in the ideology at DC Animation. So, I believe it will never come out.
Wow.
Sorry, what's
Well, because the thing is that,
is this not Batman-centric? What do you mean?
Well, no, because of the subject matter and, what happens in that story, they could not just, because animation was for kids, right? So
I see, okay.
Yeah, so, but now that we have the Killing Joke,
is not for kids.
it's
not for
obviously
anyone.
not for kids.
It's not for
not-
anyone. Yeah,
Yeah.
but you're gonna have the same parents who took their kids to Deadpool showing them the Killing Joke. You just know it.
Right, now I was exposed to the Killing Joke after I saw Batman '89. And
How'd that make you feel?
that well that and Death in the Family definitely put me on this
Death in the
path
Family.
where I was like,
This
the
explains
Joker
so
is
much,
right.
Yeah, actually.
Joker
I
is
profile.
Yeah.
awesome. And there was a book like the
He killed
greatest
a little
Jokers.
boy.
He killed a
13-year-old kid
it was
with a fucking crowbar.
he that was kind of cool.
And
And
people voted for that to
Cool.
yeah, well, see, here's the thing, and
This
there's
show
that.
not intended for your audience.
There is a specific image drawn by Mike Mignola at the very beginning,
that's a good point.
where he's kind of like blasted away, and you see like just these blood particles.
Blood, yeah.
Like just that particular image has was seared into my mind as a kid. But
So healthy.
Absolutely.
Where were your parents?
Right, they were, I don't know, trying
They were
to
buying
make me
McDonald's.
clean up my room or something.
Patting the walls. That's what.
Yeah, absolutely. So there is now a shift. Perhaps
Sure.
we may get a Judas contract.
Would you like to see that?
I would like to see for them to continue to put out great stories.
I'd like to see a Sandman. Have they done it before?
Like the Sandman, or like the original Sandman, or
Wesley
Neil Gaiman's.
I think the original.
Oh,
Have they done it?
Wesley Dodds.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think
Oh,
they've
that'd
done.
be great though.
The Sandman Mystery Theater, they would probably be a pretty cool.
I don't know why that's not a goddamn show. Super easy.
Yeah, it's definitely villain of the week. It's very, but it's probably, like they probably keep trying to figure out how to adapt these things. Now, I probably got to episode 2 of Lucifer before I just could not take it.
I hung in there to like episode 4
I
because
could
he
not-
kept taking his
Here's
shirt
my
off.
thing.
And that
I
was reason enough for me.
I want it to win so bad
That
in
was
my
smooth.
head, and it's just they're so pretty.
They're
It's
so
such
pretty.
a pretty show, and
Mhm.
all of the people that look like me are so like they're so easily swayed by the devil, and I'm just like, why can't I be the pretty person? But the funny thing is it's like I knew the first episode I was gonna like because it's written by the guy who wrote Californication, and I just love the way he writes, and it was just a matter of. I hung in there. I hung in there for all the episodes, and it got good, and then all of a sudden, they threw a curveball at the season finale, and I was like, what is this? Who did this?
I just couldn't get over the fact that he continually has sex. Like I can't. Angels don't have sex. They don't have genitalia. There's this whole thing
How do you
in the
know
book.
this?
Yeah.
Because there's a whole thing in the book about him not having sex.
Oh, in the original.
In the series,
original.
yeah.
But
I
yeah.
love the series.
Yeah, well, I do love the series too.
Okay, so if you love the
He's barely
series,
in
you're
the
not going to love the
series.
TV
You
show.
are not going to love
No.
the
He's
TV
also
show.
barely-
Yeah.
Huh?
He's barely in his own comic. There are like complete arcs where he's just sort of mentioned with his presence.
Sure, yes, but
So,
the
I mean, as a weekly TV show, unless you're doing like Game of Thrones, where it's okay to have somebody gone for 10 years or something, you really can't. I mean, it doesn't work in a procedural. I'm with you. I couldn't get.
Well, that's what I think was what kind of made me sad was it was a procedural.
Yeah, to help out the
Yeah.
perspective.
And unlike
The
the
dumb.
Flash or Arrow, you're not going to have the same love for the original content from
Right.
the TV show creators.
right.
They're trying to make it a
Exactly.
sexy devil show.
Yeah.
It's so pretty.
Sexy
They're
devil.
so
Yeah,
pretty.
that's
All
what
of them
they're
are
basically
pretty.
saying. He's
I
so
I'm
pretty.
Just like all of them.
He's
I'm
like Tom Hiddleston pretty.
Oh my God, they're all pretty. I just watched that show and I'm like, this is like
Evil
Victoria's
hot.
Secret catalog walking
Yeah.
in front of me. What is this? Everybody's so pretty. I just stare at it and look at it. But Flashpoint, you were saying.
Right. So Flashpoint.
That's animation.
Back to
You know,
Back to
Segues
Flashpoint.
so much.
we
I'm so
we
good.
do, and that
We'll
is
talk
the
about one
beauty.
thing.
We're like ADD cats.
Yeah. So Flashpoint, Barry Allen goes back in time.
Yeah.
He creates the Flashpoint paradox.
Saves his man.
Yeah.
So I was looking at, you notice that Flashpoint, their premiere is like on the 7th, then Legions of Tomorrow is on the 21st. I believe that, we're going to have this Flashpoint paradox for probably about 3 episodes, and then we're going to have a huge crossover where Legends of Tomorrow kind of fixes the timeline. And, as they said during the Supergirl crossover, there is no Star City, there is no Harrison Wells in the Supergirl universe.
Right.
So you can probably merge these universes together.
Yeah.
And, by fixing the Flashpoint paradox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody's now together. So that's my theory. What do you guys think about?
I mean, we have to. Is it going to be like a reboot where we have to start all over again watching?
There's going to be 3 issue number 1s
Iris
throughout the
and-
entire
It's
season.
like we're going
Absolutely.
to have to Barry Pine all the way over Iris again. It's like, oh.
But he'll be the only one that remembers.
Yeah, and it's like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like in the comic book, he's waking up and he's like, oh my God, who changed this? I have to find out who changes it. And it turns out it was him. And it's like, I don't know if they're going to do that on the show or not, but it's like he's saved the Arrow's life at least 2 or 3 times. So if that's all undone, that's going to affect the Arrowverse as well. So it's like this whole, it just gets very timey-wimey. And it's like, where do you then start back without rebooting everything going, do I have to watch this all over again?
Right.
I don't know. I'm excited, you guys. I mean, look, my thing with Flashpoint is I think it was too much in too little time. I think that they should have made it bigger, in my opinion. I think they should have, because the problem with Flashpoint is it was like, what, five 5 issues or something, and like.
Oh, and like 50
Yeah.
limited series.
Well, exactly. Yeah, you know, and then the spin-offs, and I was like, I'm not gonna do that. So then I was like, yes, you know, it reminded me of Game of Thrones last year. It was like, oh, exposition. Crap! We only have 2 issues left. Let's do something. And I was like, wait, what's happening? Wait. Oh,
And then
you
it's
know,
over.
that was it. And I was like, I wish that it was expanded to maybe 8 or maybe something, because I was like, there was such great storytelling that I felt that they were just speeding through it. Hopefully, because Jeff Johns is one of the people who's on board, you know, on Flash's writing team, you know, and the head of and production team. Hopefully, he gets to kind of fill in what he didn't get to do in the comic book. But I'm excited. You know, I really wanted to. Do you think we'll see Thomas Wayne? Do you think we'll see
That would be
Batman iterations?
amazing.
I would love it.
That would be amazing.
I don't think they've got the rights to Batman.
They don't?
They can't.
you think
I think
they'll
that's
leave
all
Batman
Fox.
It's all Fox, right?
Yeah.
This is Gotham.
So as much as I would love to see a Thomas
Maybe they'll
Wayne,
undo Gotham for you, and you'll feel better.
Maybe they'll call him
yeah.
Mammal that flies. That's not a bat, but it is man.
Okay. Or here we go. Here's how you can do it.
Like Fox, dude.
At no point in time do you mention his name, right?
Yeah.
And you hire I can't believe I forgot his name, the guy who originally played Batman, Adam West.
Adam West.
You hire Adam West, you never mention his name, you never say who he is, and he's like, yeah, so my son was killed, and now I've decided to put on this cape and
At
cowl.
80 years old.
How
he's
old
gonna
is
work.
Adam West?
Yeah.
He's like 80 years old.
That's a great idea.
But that would
Let's
be-
spend
that
Michael
would be-
Keaton would work.
What if
Michael
you just
Keaton
have,
would
and then you
work.
sit in a retirement home, so you've just got like all the like geriatric superheroes like shuffling down the hall, and then like got their mashed potatoes, and like they're out to solve crimes, like Bubba Hotep or something like that.
The Golden Girls, right?
Wait,
Villain of the week.
Well, but bottom line, I am on board with you that I think Flashpoint is a perfect way to merge the worlds of these different shows together. I mean, it's kind of what they did with Flashpoint, you know what I mean, in the actual comic books. So I don't see why it wouldn't do that. I'm curious though, because what was so great about Flashpoint, and despite its brevity, was the reveal. And we know the
It's
reveal.
unbelievable.
Yeah, we know the reveal now, and that's the one thing that I'm kind of like, how
Yeah,
are
that's
they
taken
going
from
to,
you.
that when that's taken from you? Well, I mean, so immediately when that happened in the series finale, I was like, I knew it.
Exactly.
And I like called
Yeah.
my friends, and I was like, and then I hung up, and then I got really upset. And then, but yeah, you wonder how, you know, and even Grant, he's like, you know, we're doing our own take, we're not following it verbatim. You can't. It's impossible. But the issue. It's not the issue, but the thing I'm curious about is we've already seen Barry lose his powers this past season,
Like
and
a
it was
couple times.
rough, and it was
times, right?
rough.
Yeah.
Yes, and it was rough, and it's one of those situations where maybe because there is more substance to the storyline, they're going to be able to fill it. But it was just kind of hard just seeing him sit there looking adorable. It wasn't that hard, but it was. But then he's like, I can't do anything, and then he's a hologram, you know. So I'm wondering how they're gonna move him through his lack of powers, and it'll be interesting. It'll be an interesting dynamic.
I mean, especially since they go through this whole thing where you have to accept your powers and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and then he makes a decision to get rid of them again. Yeah.
Like more on that later.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I love how the Speed Force is like, you're cool, and he's like, screw you, I'm gonna save everyone. I don't know,
Like,
but I love him and his
Flash
mom.
would do.
I love him and his mom.
I think he's going to see the repercussions of probably the people that would not be saved if he was not the Flash, and that will probably outweigh the grief that he has about losing his parents.
I want them to throw a freaking curveball. I want Oa to like beam him up and be like, "What did you do?" And he's
Yeah.
like, "Where am I? What is this?" And then he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, you guys. Okay, this sector's fine. We'll fix
But
everything."
then we're going to have to watch him go through the grief all over again when he eventually makes that decision.
So good.
Well, you know, speaking of grief, unfortunately, this show has now come to an end.
No!
This was so much fun.
The sky.
It's gone on forever.
Yes, I know. But yes, we have now come to the end of the show, unfortunately. Guys, thank you so much for coming out.
Thank you for having us.
So, Tracy, where can people find you and your work?
They can find me at TRACYCLIFTON.com, and again, the short film that just came out today is at thehauntingoflesterhouse.com, and I have a Facebook page, Tracy Clifton. Look me up.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
Oh, Instagram is Little Crane And Twitter is Little Cream 13, or maybe it's vice versa. I'm really bad at playing.
Were you going to be at Comic-Con?
Yes, I'll be at Comic-Con, and I will be cosplaying as Kim Possible because there's no spandex.
Wow,
There's just
cool.
green cargo pants.
Oh.
You gotta do the hair.
Best.
Well, I do the big hair.
Please tell me you have her do on your phone.
I need to get that.
Get it? Now I will text you forever.
I'm just gonna walk around going, "What's the sitch?"
What's the stitch? You have you go to the zoo. Like, can you put the naked mole rat right here?
Exactly. That's my plan. I will be at Comic-Con. So
Here.
yeah.
All right, David.
I can be found on a couple of episodes of Pod Dylan, where, like I said, I was executive producing that show on the Film and Water Network. I also just did a Secret Origins with Ryan Daly, also on the network. I'm going to be on the, Fire and Water. Film and Water episodes coming up where I discuss the Apple, the Canon
fruit?
film
Okay.
movie. And you can find me on every few weeks on Pod of Thunder, where we discuss one Kiss song a week.
Kiss song.
Kiss song.
Okay.
Like the band Kiss.
Yeah, like the band
Not
Kiss.
just a song about kissing.
No, just a song by the band.
That's my podcast.
And then, and I'm also on Daddy Love Me on occasion on the Sideshow Network.
All right. And do you Instagram, Twitter?
I am on Twitter at DMGUTIERREZ at Gmail. I'm sorry, Gmail.
Oops.
Oh, at DM Gutierrez.
Okay, you're just as bad as I am at plugging Instagram and Twitter.
That's
And,
amazing.
And I also just illustrated a book called Mindful Mom to Be. So
I like
buy
that.
that. No
Awesome.
receipts. No receipts.
Mwah, mwah.
Hey man, you know what? You created something, so good for you.
Absolutely.
More on that later.
More on that later. My name's Jacqueline. You can so social wise, Facebook is J Grace Lopez, Instagram is J Grace Lopez, and then I had a fever dream, and so Twitter is Tiny Wonder Lopez, and then what else? Yeah, and that's pretty much. I'm working on my website, so that would be J Grace Lopez, but don't go there right now. And you can also, I was a host on the comic book show. You can catch our syndicated episodes on Stanley's World of Heroes. We have a playlist there, and I'm insane, so that's awesome.
Also, you can find my work on Emmys.com. I do some writing for them.
Oh, cool. And you, of course, can find us here on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter and Instagram at Comics on Comics. Our San Diego Comic-Con show, while I cannot tell you the time and date,
Who's on it?
because Comic-Con wants to be the ones to announce that, even though I've seen like a shit ton of people already announcing their shows, and it's super annoying when you're sitting there following the rules. But anyways,
If I was our man, what time should I show up for that?
If you needed a crime stop.
if I needed a crime stopped, if you were
talk to Gideon.
If you needed to talk to Gideon, you can try to show up, say, Thursday night, some 8-ish.
Sure.
Room 26AB, around there.
We'll be there.
Around, not necessarily there.
Sure. You can change it anytime.
Yes. And we have an amazing lineup. We have creators Jeffrey Golden and Scott Joseph. We have comedians Clayton Thomas and Danny Fernandez. And we have a very special guest. We have Jacqueline Lopez is coming back.
Congrats.
And she's going to be on the show.
I did not even see that coming.
I didn't see it coming. Flashpoint paragraph.
What? So we'll all hope to see her in costume. Definitely you will be in costume.
Oh man, yeah, okay, fine.
Mwah,
For
mwah.
you, I'll do it.
Sweet.
Damn, now I gotta work out. I'll see you guys 24-hour fitness after this.
And then
2 months or a month, right?
we've got a month. We've got a month. And
But my
then,
birthday's next month, so it could all go down the shitter in like a week.
Are you going to be celebrating your birthday at Comic-Con?
No, but it's happened every other year actually. Comic-Con's my birthday is July 12th, 7/12, and
Another
so
plug.
and pardon?
Another plug.
Right.
Yeah, you know.
Happy early birthday.
No, thank you. So yeah, so before it used to be like, it was fun at Comic-Con because then people would be like, here's something free, and it's like a nickel, and you're like, but I really wanted that comic. Okay. And so, but this is the first year that Comic-Con's later.
Oh.
So.
All
Thanks,
right.
Comic-Con.
Well, so, and then our next show here at the Improv Lab is July 28th, and we'll be having a Comic-Con wrap-up show. And on that show, we'll have my good friends Michelle Morrow, Satine Phoenix, and Chris Mancini. This has been Comics on Comics, the show where the greatest comic minds meet the greatest minds in comics.
Thank you, man.
Woo! Thank you.
That guy.
guys. Thank you so much. Yes, that was a lot of fun.
Bananas were harmful.
No bananas were harmful to me.
Great job.
Yay!
I talked about apples. She's like, fruit. And I was like, don't laugh. I'm like, what?
No, that's true. The apple. Have you seen the apple?